see there, and you can see beautiful Johnny. Morning, Johnny.
Morning.
And this is where we stayed last night. That's our tender. Johnny's boat's our tender. My boat's out there, anchored up, or moored up. One of the good things about this particular area of the Hawkesbury is that there are lots and lots of moorings that belong to sailing clubs, and allegedly, according to Johnny, which I take with a grain of salt, you can use them anytime you want. He's been around here a while, and maritime guys have been chatting to him, and it seems, yeah, everything's okay. So I'm going to have a little look around. Always find somewhere to moor up. We're going to head up to the Marina a bit later on, get some fuel and some water, and yeah, see where we end up from there. In 1942, Refuge Bay was the top secret training area for the Z Force when preparing for their daring raid on Singapore Harbour. The vessel used for this assignment was a 20-metre ex-Japanese fishing boat, the Crate, which is now in the National Maritime Museum. Johnny's first shower for the trip. It's not really his first shower, but not a bad place for a shower. A little bit cold, I think.
More water now, look.
Refuge Bay. Somebody turned the tap on, Johnny.
Huh?
Somebody turned the tap on. Johnny's not the only one to shower under this waterfall in Refuge Bay. In 1891, leaders from around Australia gathered in the Hawkesbury River for the Constitutional Convention. They cruised on a paddle steamer from Queensland called the Lucinda, and it is said that they showered under this pristine waterfall whilst they were here in Easter of 1891.
How long shall they hear a prophet? What is stand beside them?
There goes Johnny in the tender. Hopefully his sails will hold together. It's looking a bit crusty, but it gets him there. And head off up to Dangar Island from this beautiful Refuge Bay. Well, what a stark contrast to yesterday. Yesterday we were having 25, 30 knot bullets coming down the Hawkesbury River, and today it's just absolutely gorgeous. Sure, we're not sailing as fast as we were yesterday, but certainly a lot more comfortable and relaxing. So behind me there is Cullen Creek, where when we spent the night last night in Refuge Bay, and up there is the Hawkesbury River, heading up towards Dangar Island, up to the Hawkesbury Bridge, where the highway goes over, for those of you that travelled on that before. And yeah, just going to chillax up there for a little while. The winds are going to be fairly light, but they're also going to be quite changeable. So we've got to find a place out of the wind somewhere, but we haven't got far to go, and have plenty of time to find somewhere, duck into the Marina tomorrow, get some water and some fuel, and make a decision then where we're going to go from there. Well, another day comes to a close at beer o'clock in Sandy Bay in Brooklyn, in the Hawkesbury River. Nice shallow little anchorage. Got a bit of a breeze on the nose at the moment, but it's supposed to swing around to the west tonight, so it's going to be a nice comfortable sleep, and some really nice cliffs and trees and stuff behind us. A beautiful view. So again, we didn't have much wind today sailing up here. We probably had to put the motor on a couple of times. There's a lot of shelter from the rocks and from the hills and stuff. So not a lot of sailing happening, but anyway, we had a good time. Anyway, back to the beer. Cheers. We're at the Hawkesbury River Marina, fueling up. Good little spot, nice and easy to come and get your fuel. I had a major fire here the other day. One of the boats, when I was refueling, caught fire, and several people were injured and seriously burnt. But apparently they're all going well at the moment. There's a restaurant, bar, coffee shop. It's not a bad little place. Nice and picturesque. You can get a mooring here overnight if you want. For my boat's about $100, which is a bit expensive, but it's still cheaper than a hotel. So we're fueled up and we're going to head back down the river, back down to Pittwater probably for the night, and then tomorrow back down to Manly. So and now the test is to get out of the marina without hitting anything. It's always a trial. Wish us luck. Johnny's into a big fish here. Johnny, how you feel, Johnny? Let's see how we go with this guy. Yeah, big bonito. Or a small tuna. I think with the net, he's not that big. He just likes to fight. Bring him in here, Johnny. Ah! There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo. High five. Well, here it is, Thursday morning. I chucked my crew overboard this morning. Had enough of him, got rid of all the beer cans. And yeah, he's on his way back up to Pittwater. So I'm on my own from now on. Just heading up Sydney Harbour. We've got a bit of a southerly coming through later on tonight, so I'm going to try and find a nice quiet little anchorage out of the southerly. It's supposed to be a bit cool, but nothing too bad. I think about 22-23 degrees. So Sydney Harbour's looking absolutely beautiful this morning. A little bit of a westerly wind blowing northwest. Supposed to swing around to the southwest later and then southerly. So dodging boats again, heading up the Sydney Harbour. It's extremely busy and there's races every day, and it's 2 or 3 races, so it's really difficult to stay out of everybody's way, but we're doing our best. Alright, well, we'll go and find an anchorage. I've got a mooring, as you can see, nice and close to the city. Across the way there is the piers, and just down here is Harbour Bridge and obviously the city behind me. So it's a beautiful view at night. It's a little bit bumpy and rocky when the ferries go past, but you know, I can put up with it. And they stop later on, so I'll get a good night's sleep. We are expecting a southerly change tomorrow, which is probably going to blow me around a bit here, but I'm on a mooring, I feel secure, and I don't really care about the rocking and stuff. So yeah, we're all set for the night and having a beer, and then back into it tomorrow. I might do a little bit of a tour around tomorrow somewhere. Well, let's see what happens. This southerly changes. Not going to be anything real big, but it's going to chill off a little bit, so maybe I'll just clean the boat because it needs clean. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, obviously somebody decided there was a reason for fireworks tonight. Fireworks barge over there. I had no idea this was going to happen, especially so close to my mooring. I don't know. Thursday night fireworks? Who knows? Fairly close to the city. But as you can see by the forecast, at least on this model anyway, we're in the lowest part of the wind day, so it's getting up towards midday now, so it'll pick up a little bit later, northeasterly, which generally is fairly decent wind, so we'll crack on once we get to that northeasterly, and hopefully get into Botany Bay before dark later at night. And maybe pick up a fish on the way. That'd be really handy. Haven't had any sushi for a few days now. So, La Perouse. I've never been here before, either by land or by water. Nice view that way. Now this way, it's a little industrial. Obviously being Botany Bay, we get the ships coming in. But can't complain. Nice restaurant there on the foreshore. Don't know that I'll be eating there tonight, but yeah, nice little spot. Public mooring, 24 hours, and out of the northeast it's going to come up this afternoon, and kind of protected from the westerly overnight. It's not very strong anyway, so yeah, I'm going to enjoy myself. Hopefully catch a fish or two. After a good feed and a good night's rest, the next morning I decided to head to port hacking. Refueled at the Cronulla Marina in Cronulla Harbour. And the old fella there's really lovely guy. By the way, I only took 14 litres of fuel, so I don't know what I was worried about. But anyway, he's basically told me that the power line that was a 12-metre power line is now a 36-metre power line. So he said head up the river. Nice and pretty up there on the national park. So I'm going to do that and spend the night up there before probably heading home tomorrow sometime, or maybe the next day. We'll see how we go. Cronulla Harbour's very nice. A lot of really expensive houses, I would imagine. Anyway, catch up with you when we get up the river. It's a cute little Bundina ferry out of Cronulla. Say hi to all the people. Hi, wave people. Yeah, how you doing? Nice to see you all the way from Bundina, which is where I was going to stay tonight, but everything's kind of full up. So I'm just heading into this narrow little channel, and you can see on Navionics here, it's very, very narrow. So it takes a little bit of concentration, something I have in spades. Not. Anyway, we'll make it. Check it out. Absolutely beautiful. In the national park. Got some old ruins there. By the look of it, all the way along here there's blocks. I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but yeah, it appears there was old shacks here or something at one point in time. But we're in about 5 or 6 meters of water here, and just over there is like 0.8. So there's a lot of sandbars. I'm hoping it might be a bit fishy here too. I did catch a bonito for lunch, so I'm just about to have some sashimi. And yeah, hang around here for a while. I think I'll go and explore a little bit later on, I think. These blocks by the riverside are what's left of the wharves and jetties that were built by James Gogley in the 1850s. Gogley was a convict sent to Australia in 1819 for a life sentence. However, he was pardoned and moved to this area in the 1850s. He used to collect shells that he'd sell to the lime kilns in Sydney to make a living. Gogley also built this cottage on Gogley's Point. Tragedy struck in 1864 when Gogley and his mate Peter Molloy were paddling 2 boats across the river containing their family members. A struggle ensued over a bottle of rum, and all were tipped into the water, killing Gogley's wife and 6 of the Molloy family. Not how to cook fish on your boat. Have a little fat fire. Guessing I should be putting it out. Hopefully it won't set fire to anything else. Wish me luck! All better now. I think the fish is alright. Yeah, she's edible. A little charred. She'll be fine. Well, I had to resort to taking phone footage. I've run out of memory in my camera. Anyway, leaving Port Hacking. We got west, southwest, southwest wind today, so I'm going to make the most of it. Tomorrow's westerly, so I think best bet would be to get a little bit closer to home, and then tomorrow should be able to rip down the coast. So I'm heading out of Port Hacking now. It's some of the narrowest channels I've ever seen. This the one, especially the one back there near the mooring, was literally only like 20 metres wide, and it was only 2 metres deep anyway. So sun's up. I haven't had breakfast yet, but I'll do that on the run. Get the sails set, put the autopilot on, and off we'll go. Let's do this. Well, it was the plan to head off bright and early this morning, but we have engine problems. This engine won't stay running, and it's smoking really badly when it does run. So check the oil. The oil's okay, so I'm going to just pull the spark plugs out and just see whether I've got a fouled spark plug. I suspect it's fuel, so I don't know, clean some filters or something, see how we go. Well, wish me luck. I'm still here, still in Port Hacking, and that reason is that my port motor is cactus. This morning when I took off, it kept stalling on me, and was blowing smoke and was doing all sorts of things. It started again, got me out of trouble a couple of times, but then it's just will not power up. So I've been in touch with the local marine mechanics, outboard mechanics, and explained the symptoms to them, and basically the port motor is shot. So next plan is we've got to get new motor, or probably new motors. So I've got to get home. The other problem is there are no motors in the country, and they tell me that there's about a 3-month wait to get them in. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. So plan is that Johnny is travelling down from Pittwater tonight, and Johnny and I are going to sail the boat back all the way from Port Hacking to Jervis Bay tomorrow, and with one motor, so hopefully you won't have to use the motor too much. We do have a little bit of wind tomorrow, but it is turning to the south, so we want to get up nice and early in the morning, take advantage of the west and northwest winds that we've got in the morning before it does turn south, and get our little butts home. And the next plan then is to find some money, replace the motors, maybe get a second-hand one. It's allegedly not repairable, so that's where we're at. So that's the plan. Morning. We're on our way, Johnny. So we've forecast something like 10 knots this morning, but it's more than 10 knots, and we're clicking along at a really good pace. We've got a reef in the main, and we're doing between 6 and 7 knots. And that'll have us back in Jervis Bay before the sun goes down, which is very good. It's a little bit rough, a little crazy out here. Johnny's been fishing.
56 centimetre.
Nice little mac tuna, bleeding all over my boat again. But let's just kick on and get this job done. If it gets a bit any more windy, then we'll probably head in closer into the cliffs and try and stay out of the wind a bit. But the boat's handling it really well, having a great time. Conditions are a lot more pleasant now. We've shaken the reef out of the mainsail and the head sail, and watch out for this wave. And we've just passed Port Kembla on our way back to Jervis Bay, getting along at around about an average of about 6.5 knots, which is good. Get a few gusts come through every now and then to test out the rigging. But yeah, beautiful day out on the water today. Still got this westerly wind. Changed from more of a southwest up north to a westerly down here. So, well, how quickly things change. So we had a southwest wind getting up to around probably 25, sometimes even 30 knots during the gusts, and then within the space of literally 30 seconds it just dropped completely, and now we have a southwest wind, very gentle breeze of about 5 knots. As you can probably hear, we've got the one remaining motor on. We've got a little bit of wind assistance from the sails. We're still doing 5.5 knots. So, but look at how calm it is now in comparison to what we had before. And that's sailing for you. We looked at the forecast further south as well, and it doesn't look much better. It's just going to be light winds probably for the duration. So we are just passing Shell Harbour and see Kiama off in the distance. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep going and hope that our one remaining engine keeps going. Wish us luck. We're at it again. We've had all sorts of conditions today. At the moment, we have 2 reefs in, and a reefed head sail and a very strong southwest wind. Currently doing 7 knots, averaging about 6.5. So pretty good. It's a bit bumpy. We've hit a few bricks, but she's handling beautifully. Getting a bit cold too. Nearly time for a beer. Yeah, Johnny says yeah. Unfortunately, conditions didn't allow us to do any more filming, but we made it safely back into Jervis Bay, albeit in the dark with a howling headwind. Suffice to say that Shambhala did really well, and we have replaced one of the engines and still in the process of replacing the second one. So hopefully we'll look forward to more adventures on board. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and thanks for watching.